let one of your knights try to land a blow against me, indulge me in this game.
I will meet thee.
One year hence.
Well, director David Lowery certainly can't be accused of having an orthodox film career. He is drawn to all kinds of things, veering from Ain't Them Body Saints, ethereal stories like A Ghost Story with Casey Affleck, mostly under a sheet in that one, all the way to Disney's remake of Pete's Dragon with Robert Redford. Lowery is a fascinating director, but he has always, he says, been drawn to the story, to the 14th century poem, which all written in verse, 2,500 words, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. This is something that has lasted now for almost 1,000 years, written in the 14th century by an unknown writer, and something that can be interpreted in many, many different ways, laced with Christianity and paganism, but other things too, about bravery and who you really are. You can interpret it in so many ways. This film, The Green Knight, shortened from the title of the poem, seems to be an attempt by David Lowery to bring it full circle and to give it new meaning, cinematic meaning. To contemporary audiences have proven that they love lore like The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, all of that kind of thing, and Game of Thrones. If ever there was a time for a movie like this, based on this poem, now is the time, even though it's taken 20 years of rolling around in Lowery's head to bring it to life. But he's cast Dev Patel as Sir Gawain. He is a reckless and kind of cocky nephew of King Arthur, but accepted into the Knights of the Round Table.
And if death awaits me,
is it wrong to want greatness for you?
You know, look, he thinks he's hot stuff in some ways here. The story revolves around a big challenge that comes his way. This unknown Green Knight, as it were, looks like a tree trunk. A guy in a tree trunk rides in to the court, into the Round Table, and makes an offer on Christmas Day. Basically allows someone to enter into a battle with him and cut off his head, as it were. Well, that's what happens. Sir Gawain is the one who does it. Of course, before he does it, the deal is that it will be returned. The favor will be returned 1 year from today on Christmas Day, when the Green Knight will be able to do this to Sir Gawain in this case. Will he make that journey? That's the big question. Well, he does make that journey, and along the way comes in touch with grifters and thieves and ghosts, people that aren't even alive, giants wandering through the land there, a talking fox that becomes a key companion for him, a blindfolded dowager who may hold the key to all of this, and so many more. This is a long journey that this knight takes in the form of Dev Patel, who fits this role to a T. He's perfect in this part, and it's so much fun to watch it come alive. It's very dark. It's not shot in any kind of bright technicolor hues. This is of that time period, and very dark to look at, but fascinating to see as it goes.
Another year nearly gone already. You must seek him out.
was it not just a game?
Perhaps, but it is not complete. You'll find no mercy, no happy end.
Why do you stop me?
Your doom is at hand.
This was actually adapted into an English adaptation for the world to read in 1925 by none other than J.R.R. Tolkien, who, of course, is responsible for Lord of the Rings. So I think fans of that are going to flock to this. I think this is a chance to be a real sleeper hit this summer, although its release has already been mysteriously delayed in Britain. I'm not sure why. It opens here this week on the 30th, and it's well worth catching here. The cast could not be better. A lot of it in the second half takes place in the castle of the Lord Bertolac. He is played by Joel Edgerton, ironically played Gawain in the 2004 Antoine Fuqua version of King Arthur. Alicia Vikander, the Oscar-winning actress, has two roles here. She plays the lover paramour of Gawain back at the round table, named Essel, and then also the lady who tempts him, the wife of the Lord, and those are fascinating sequences as well. Shout out to Sarita Choudhury as his mother, and Ralph Ineson, who is just great, playing this mysterious Green Knight, this unknown person here who is offering this deal, and will summon the courage to do it, to follow up. What happens? It's really interesting stuff, folks. I also want to point out other members of the cast. Barry Cogan is a crafty thief he meets along the way who steals his green garter that he's taken, kind of a symbol of the journey that he's on here. Kate Dickie is also very good as the Queen. This was all shot in and around Dublin, even though it takes place in the poem in Wales. Dublin seems to be the perfect location, and it's beautiful to see. Lowry's really put a lot of production value into this, and it shows. Patel, again, is the key player here, and he's excellent all the way through. I was fascinated by The Green Knight. The studio, A24, actually sent over the entire poem, urging me to read it before I saw the movie, but I didn't need to do that, to watch this on its own terms and really appreciate The Green Knight as a true winner this summer, and one, if you're into any of this lore, into this poem, into anything, this is well worth seeing, this new film version. It's only been tackled a couple of other times before. Takes you back to Camelot, but of course, this is nothing to sing about, this Camelot. This is completely different. I say, go.